I hope you're able to hear me okay. Just as I was beginning to record, I heard a bizarre noise outside my window. It sounded like a million hornets were attacking the earth. Didn't know what it was, and I looked out the window and there was a man with a weed eater walking down the sidewalk with his weed eater running, even though he wasn't actually doing any weed eating. He was just walking around with this thing running. I'm not sure what all that was about. But anyway, if you hear strange humming noises in the distance, that's what it is. Anyway, so I'm drawing here a picture of a robot and a tree. And I guess one piece of advice that I could offer, even though it may go without saying, is that when I draw things, I try to form the basic shape first before I do any details, and I try to draw with very soft, light lines. I don't bear down right away. I just kind of experiment. I do some erasing and adjusting. As long as you make the pencil lines very light and soft, you can adjust as much as you need to and change things. It's very malleable at that point. And then once you get it the way you want, you can bear down with the pencil, and you can actually commit to the actual lines and establish something that's more permanent. So when I was growing up, one of my favorite TV shows to watch was called The Secret City. It came on in the mornings on PBS, and the host was a guy named Commander Mark, and he often drew robots and space creatures and things like that. The robot that I'm drawing here does have a Commander Mark influence. I don't want to copy Commander Mark outright. That wouldn't be good, but I admit there's definitely he's one of my biggest influences. His real name, by the way, is Mark Kistler, and he's still around. You can find him on the internet. He does some great drawing tutorials. But yeah, there is a lot of Commander Mark and the Secret City in my DNA, especially when I do pictures like this. So it's important for me to give a shout out to him. The scene here in this picture, it doesn't necessarily, it's not supposed to be in any particular place, but in my mind, for some reason, it's in Florida. I imagine that this robot is tearing up a forest in Florida. Not sure why. A lot of the things that I draw just sort of roll out of my subconscious, and I try not to think too hard about them. I just have an idea and draw it. But yeah, this is in my imagination, this picture is taking place in Florida. Also, the robot has the number 63 on his chest. There's no particular reason for that. The number 63 doesn't signify anything. There's no secret meaning to it. But at the place where I work, in the area of the building where I work, there's a breaker box that has 63 on it. So I guess that's how that got into my head. I work in an industrial environment. I'm around a lot of machines, and I suppose that's one reason why I like to draw robots. But that's all that is. And here I'm adding some shading, like a cast shadow. The tree and the robot are casting a shadow across the ground. And here I'm trying to add the feeling of ominous clouds hanging in the air. The picture overall has sort of a dreary atmosphere. It's about a robot destroying nature. So there's an eerie thing in the sky, eerie feeling in the sky. But anyway, there it is. Thank you for watching. This is Matthew David Curry signing off. I hope you have a good day.